you should be mad at the ruggers, okay? Like, that's where your anger should be directed towards.
Yeah.
The people who stole your fucking money.
Builders keep building, and ruggers keep rugging.
They're all scam tokens, but like, you know, you don't want to be buying the wrong scam token, which is just, that's a ridiculous sentence.
I mean, it's the president of the United States. At least have some decency. We are at the point right now where we do need some sort of regulation, maybe. A very unpopular opinion.
Yeah, you started somewhere else, but at the end of the day, you're coming home and you're coming to Solana.
Yeah. GM, and welcome to the Soul Brothers with my dear friend Eno and myself, Simon, where it's our job to throw you in the Solana rabbit hole and show you around in our exciting ecosystem.
Our mission is to make sure that you know the latest and greatest that's going on in Solana so that you never run out of fun things to talk about. Simon?
Yeah, what's up, Eno?
We're in Hong Kong.
We are in Hong Kong currently. We're at Consensus Week in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
There's lots of side events.
Yeah.
Eno just moderated the PayFi Summit, is that correct?
The PayFi Summit, sponsored and organized by Huma Finance as well as Solana Foundation, yeah.
And we took an Uber straight to this beautiful podcast room to do our episode number 15 of Soul Brothers for you guys and run you through the latest and greatest what happened in the last 7 days on Solana. And my friend, shit went down.
Actually, Simon, it's episode 16.
Why is that?
Because we have a lost episode.
We do have a lost episode. if you're hearing this right now, this is gonna become probably some sort of an insider joke, but episode 15 should exist. And it does exist on our file somewhere now.
Yeah.
But it was shipped to our drive like 7 days too late.
Yes.
We actually did a recording like this on Bali.
Yeah.
We flew in Eno to Bali for a podcast recording. And then we received the files too late to actually shoot out the episode.
Yeah. So that was a bummer. But we have a new cameraman / podcast extraordinaire, Wilson. You can't see Wilson, but Wilson,
he's behind the cam.
Wilson's a fucking pro. All right. I mean, this man knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, we got in here, it's all business. He's setting up the lights. Like, this setup is. I wish we could do a podcast like this every week. Like, we were together in Bali last week. Now we're in Hong Kong. I just wish I could like fit in your pocket or something like that and just like follow you around and just do podcast episodes on Monday.
One day,
One day
when we're gonna have our little trailer where we're gonna just put everyone in there that we need for our media empire. But until then, we're gonna do it that way. Sometimes live IRL and sometimes on a beautiful live stream with Eno being on the other side of the world and I'm on the other side of the world. But today we're together and we're gonna cover a lot of stuff, a lot of ground today. There's been a lot of shit on the timeline on Twitter. The past 7 days. The vibes are. I don't like these vibes. It's drama, right? It's drama, and we need to. It definitely requires some talking.
I think what I don't like about these vibes is that like we're not. And like meme coins aside, and they have absolute utility to not only Solana but like the entire space. But it's also like. We're not talking about the fundamentals, which is like, I am such a hound for the fundamentals, right? Like, we should be talking about founders. We should be talking about the great products that they're releasing. And like right now, that's not what we're doing. Like, we're caught up in all these kind of useless, I mean, necessary discussions, but useless in the sense that like this doesn't add value to the ecosystem. This is very like negative EV conversation, right? But we need to have these conversations. So
thank you. I just wanted to add on that it gives us new breeding ground where we can thrive. Yeah. Because we need to go, like, that's how life works.
Yeah.
You need to fall down, you need to go through shit, you need to break things, especially if you're working in such an advanced field like crypto right now, where we're literally at the frontier of technology, where we're breaking things, we're reinventing the financial industry to an extent, to a big extent.
Yeah.
And it's been happening since a decade now.
Yeah.
And we arrived at a point where you see governments and presidents of governments launching their own tokens on the Solana blockchain. And 5 years ago, 5 years ago, Solana didn't even exist. That's one thing. But then even 3 years ago, you would never think that any influential person would ever drop a contract address of a token on Twitter, and then collect millions, if not billions, of funds to that token. And that's definitely something we want to cover in this episode today, because that was what happened in this particular week.
Yeah.
of Solana action.
Let's talk about Solana price action, right?
I think that's a good way to start because that makes me feel comfy, like I feel home.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
right?
back in
It's a safe space,
Exactly. It is a safe space. So let me just pull this up on screen. If you are watching this on YouTube right now, you can obviously follow our beautiful channel, the Soul Brothers on YouTube, where you can also see us with video, and you can also follow the screens. If you're watching this on, or if you're listening to this on the podcast channels, no problem. We're going to walk you through everything we see as well. Right now, we're looking at the Solana chart. I'm zooming out on the daily right now, and I always like to start in a zoom out. We started to pick up in October 23, and since then, price has moved up, and it doesn't look bad if you zoom out that way. But as soon as I zoom in, I don't know if you have followed it, but today we actually crashed again. You see this last leg up here, down here. So we crashed down again to $180. $180.
Right.
And this is a critical level now. We reached definitely critical level. If we are breaking lower than this, I will start to get concerned about the, let's say, prolonging of the bull market in the midterm.
Interesting.
I think we might already enter some sort of, crypto winter in the summer. Usually it happens in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Not right now, but usually it happens in the middle of the year that things calm down and crypto goes into sideways action or even downwards and nothing happens after. And we're right now literally at a critical level. If I put in my markers here, you see that we're just touching this red diagonal here, which we touched last time on the 13th of January. That was the low we saw last time, which was the low that we can't break. If we break this low at 169, then we're definitely going to see lower prices again.
Yeah.
And
so if we break 169.
Yep.
But I think you literally called it last week. This is exactly, you were talking about this last week.
I did. I called that we should hold the 187 and we broke through that. I didn't really, I hope we did not break this one because this is the first sign of weakness in the chart now. You know that I usually like to think in waves when it comes to charts. And in the microstructure here, we're right now in a wave 2 pullback. And right now, this second wave here that I put on 187, it broke. So right now we need to shift this down here, which already makes the scenario less likely. It is really it is really tight. It is still realistic. It can hold the scenario. So if people just are interested into price action, I think we can see a climb up from here as well. So basically, we're shifting right now in a second wave. This is the B wave inside the second wave. And we could see now a third impulsive wave upwards. But we need to see the bulls now.
Yeah.
The bulls need to be like, hey, prices are cheap. When Asia opened today, when Asian markets opened today, everything dumped.
Yeah.
They were the bears.
We need another Soul Big Brain tweet. I need Soul Big Brain to be like, this, sell me all your bags at 169.
please buy Solana right now to keep us alive here. We have an insider joke in the den from the Lucid Drakes. As soon as the den starts to talk about watches, the price dumps. People start sending pictures of watches in the den. Unfortunately, there's some watch talk going on in the past weeks, and we saw the price dumping a little bit. But anyway, for me, I think right now the chart still looks healthy-ish, but it is a prudent market at this moment. I have not expected the price to go that low. I maintain my long position. I'm still bullish on the bounce back, but we really need to hold that diagonal right now that we're seeing. Okay, so overall, markets are definitely a bit crazy right now. Not too bullish on it. But I think we need to remain a bit calm.
How many times have you heard me say this, Simon? Like, price go up, price go down. Like, that doesn't really matter. And people might clip that and be like, see, doesn't care about price. Of course I care about price. What I'm saying, though, is that you need to focus on the fundamentals because price is always a lagging indicator of the fundamentals, right? And what do we mean by fundamentals? We're talking about building great product. We're talking about bringing in new users. We're talking about real education. Because if you do those three things very, very well, price will go up, right? Like it's just very obvious as long as you build great products and you bring in users to use those products. No brainer, right? So like long term, very, very bullish, still bullish on Solana.
Oh, for
but
sure.
As you said, midterm, we might be looking at a crypto winter in summer. Yeah.
we're at the Soul Brothers. We're doing weekly podcasts here. We want to give you the latest and greatest, and that also means that we need to look at the latest chart action. We're not talking about long-term action here. Yep. I'm still looking for the $360, $400 price in the next wave that we're going to see this year for Solana, and we might even go further than that, even this year. But obviously, we want to cover where we're here right now. And right now, markets are choppy, but builders keep building, and ruggers keep rugging. We need to. I think
that was so smooth.
We do need to talk about
smooth,
this, bro. I just want to get to that point because there has been a lot of stuff on the timeline, and I wanna kick it off with my observation of things. And it started about 1.5 weeks ago with the whole Africa thing.
Yeah, CAR, Central African Republic. Yeah.
So there was basically the beginning of this whole presidential. I mean, obviously Trump was the beginning of it.
Yeah, Trump is the start of all political meme coins, right? Yeah.
But definitely there was one video that I saw from. Actually, I'm gonna put it up on the screen as well for people who are right now looking at this.
I mean, while he's pulling that up, like we were chatting before this pod, and it's kind of like the meta how it kind of changed was it started with fun meme coins, right? Animals, cute animals, right? And a couple of celebrities here and there. And then it quickly moved on to, not quickly, but it moved on over to kind of like these AI agent tokens, right? So that was the narrative for a while. And then boom, bombshell, Trump launches, World Liberty Financial launches not only the Trump token, but also the Melania token. And that just started this kind of cascade, of political meme coins.
Just imagine what happens in those circles. They have no idea what's happening. They don't know what the launch pool is. They don't know what liquidity means.
They don't know fucking shit.
They know nothing, right? Yeah. They just heard about crypto sometime.
Yeah.
And they saw that the most influential person in the world launched a coin, a crypto token on the Solana blockchain.
They literally think crime is legal now. And it's like, crime is not legal, guys.
he reached ridiculous amount of money with this. Like he made a ridiculous amount of money with this. Trump and his team, right? So obviously other people right now are trying to, kind of step in his shoes. And Faustin Archange Tuadera, sorry for messing up your name, dear gentleman, but that is the official account of the president of the Central African Republic. I have no idea if I pronounced it
honestly, no disrespect, but if you're watching the pod, then, sorry.
Yeah, a bit of disrespect, because I think what happened here as well with the token, I don't know if I like it. So he started actually this next wave of new president tokens that emerged, and there was a tweet where he announced this in this beautiful video where he said
very high production quality, by the way.
Very high production quality.
Like a dude with a phone, like, bro.
I think that's how it started. Today we're launching CAR, an experiment designed to show how something as simple as a meme can unite people, support national development, and put the Central African Republic on the world stage in a unique way. Contract address. And the address ends with the word pump.
He was kind of right in the sense that it is you're on the world stage in a unique way now. I'm not so sure that's exactly what you wanted, but you got it. So
yeah. What happened to CAR? The token obviously went down.
Yeah.
Right. It was a shit show. We can look it up again live and see what it did here. Okay, so I'm on the daily right now and it looks horrific. Yeah. This token just died. It's just gone. It will never recover. And this is my promise to you guys. Yeah. It will never recover. It still has an FTV of 17 million. I have no idea how this is possible, and liquidity of 1 million. That also tells you what it reached at the top. And this is how it started.
We're in a really dangerous meta. I do not like this meta. This is disgusting meta, because you have governments that enter a position of authority and trust, and like crypto is all about trust. Some people might laugh at that, but it's true. Like if you run a legitimate project, right, your only path to success is to be earnest, to be a good person, and to market and show, but do it in a responsible way, right? This is the exact opposite of that, and you're in a position of power where you have millions of your countrymen and countrywomen, and not everyone's going to be on Twitter, but like some of them might be investing in crypto, and it's really sad, and it's bad, and it's extractive, and it doesn't add any value to the ecosystem. Like, fuck political meme coins, seriously.
Reuters also announced this. Like they talked about this.
Yeah, of course, because because every news outlet has a department that covers politics, right? And so the amplification of political meme coins, like not only on like, because most of our shit is just contained to a very specific part of Twitter, right? Twitter's very big and there's like a bunch of different communities. But this is like now it's starting to go, and that's why the Trump meme token performed so well for the first like 48 hours is because it was being trumpeted from like every major news media outlet.
It was being trumpeted. Sorry, you made a good point. Sorry for cooking.
No, but that was good.
Yeah.
That was do more of that.
I think the fact that I don't like about these launches as well, is that these people try to make it look like it's something honorable. They try to make it look like it's something good.
Yeah,
like
fuck that too.
We're doing it for the people. We're uniting our nation in this meme coin.
You know what's crazy too?
Everyone's losing money.
Yeah, where are all these fucking rugged funds going? Right? Are they going straight? It's just
corruption?
There's too many ills. Gross. I don't like this. In the.
And if this shocks you, then the next story is going to shock you. Congo.
Yeah.
The president of Congo. He also launched a meme coin.
Okay.
On the same day.
On the same day. On the same day.
I followed it live. What happened.
Okay.
On the profile of this man, this president of Congo, it's an official government account. I triple checked if I'm stupid right now because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But it had the gray government check mark as well. The account literally launched one token and one address after, I think, tweeting something like, brace yourself, in 1 hour we're going to launch the official token of Congo, blah, 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 right? And then the CA drops.
Yeah.
I check it out on Bird Eye and I see it's a total rug, right? Like it went from literally rug pull. Like it went up, it went down, it was dead within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The tweet got deleted. A new tweet got posted with a new CA and a new caption.
Yeah.
We're launching a new token for the Congo. New CA. I check the CA. Everything happens live. I'm looking at it right now. Chart goes up. Chart dumps.
Yeah.
I go back. Tweet got deleted. A third time, new contract address. The guy rugged with his account 3 times.
I didn't understand until towards the end of your explanation. So
he deleted tweets.
He keeps posting new contract addresses for people to invest in.
And the second time, people in the comments already were like, "Bro, are you serious right now? Like you just rugged us and you just posted new CA."
Yeah.
And then the token still does the same shit.
Yeah, because there are new eyeballs that they think they're seeing it for the first time and they're not looking at the comments. They're just aping, right?
So what I'm thinking is, worst case, what happened is, I hope it's true. The account got hacked.
Yeah.
And someone used this to his advantage, right?
Yeah. If that's not what happened, though, not only should you lose your government check mark, but straight to jail. I mean, that's ridiculous. 3 times? Okay, so post, rug pull, delete.
Yeah.
Post, rug pull, delete, 3 times.
3 times.
Do you even know for how much money it was for?
I have no idea how much they made, but it was not like a significant amount. It was not millions.
Yeah,
but it was like in the 5 figures, I guess.
Like, dude, another thing, guys, is that like these scammers aren't even like scamming properly. Like, they don't have enough patience to even extract maximum value. Like, they're rugging themselves in the process of rugging you. Right. I'm not advocating that they get smarter at rugging, but you know what? I was actually having a really interesting conversation. With the Meteora team, and they're trying to do a lot of education to new projects or new tokens that are kind of like, okay, look, you don't need to rug pull, okay? Like, we can't control what you do, but it's like you can just take your tokens and add them as liquidity into Meteora, because like some of these tokens have, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars worth of volume. And obviously, who has the most protocol-owned liquidity? It's obviously the team, meme coin minter, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, you have the most liquidity, just put it into a Meteora pool, and like you can earn fees. And fees are clean money as far as I'm concerned, right? Like, fees are totally clean money. And like if you're able to do the things that you're supposed to do with a meme coin, which is like promote and then like spread awareness, then you can get lots of trading volume and earn clean money. You could probably earn way more clean money just putting your liquidity into Meteora, at a wide spot strategy, than you would waiting 10 minutes and then rugging.
I think they made a lot of money in that way with the Trump stuff. The
liquidity
Trump
provision. Yeah, for sure.
They really milked that out, which was, that's good.
That's fair game.
I don't think the Trump team actively rugged in the way that these people rugged right now.
Of course not. No.
They actually, it's the president of the United States. At least have some decency.
By the way, we'd be in a very different market right now. Like, everyone is saying this and everyone agrees. So everyone I've talked to anyways, is like, we'd be if we did not drop Melania, the vibes on the timeline would be very different because like it's like you already know that Trump is extractive as a person, but then like it's kind of like room for maybe disbelief. Like you can give him the benefit of the doubt, but then when you launch a second token within 24 hours, it's like, oh no, this is just pure extraction, and then just chart dump.
Yeah.
So
speaking of chart dump, I want to talk about the elephant in the room as well, because it's actually not the whole African continent launching meme tokens and running.
Yeah, it's not just Africa, right?
It is everyone in the world right now, especially Argentina.
Argentina.
And we need to talk about Libra. And I wanna give you the quick rundown on what happened. I wanna loop everyone in here as well, and then get your fair share of that.
Yeah.
Because there's been an incident, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And right now, this is what we mentioned initially at the start of this episode. That's where most of the fun and the bad atmosphere right now on Twitter comes from. It's from Libra. And I want to open the topic by talking a bit about the background and about one person that was allegedly involved in this whole process, which is Julian P. That's the guy behind KIP, I think, was the name of his organization, KIP.
Yeah. Singaporean company, I think. Yeah.
And his story is very straightforward. He basically met the president of Argentina, Julian Milei, in a tech forum in Buenos Aires. That's when he first met him.
Yeah.
Here is a picture that I can share with everyone who's on the video as well.
You got like timestamps. I love this. You actually have not timestamps, but you have like
I'm
actual.
prepared. So we have Javier Milei.
I come prepared.
Always, you can rely on me. We have Charles Hoskinson in the picture, so I have no idea why he's in here.
Right.
But doesn't really matter. But we have Juan in there. So Julian P. And we have Milei, and they met at this conference. And then Pix on Chain, I rely on the information that he posted here. He laid it out this way. Julian met Milei at this conference. He spoke about AI, small businesses, and the future, and Milei was impressed. He was like, oh, okay, this man talks about technology and the future. A handshake, a photo, a promise. That's what happened. Julian had just secured something dangerous, which was probably the door opener for a future partnership. And then months later, KIP, this company that Julian owns, joined the Buenos Aires Blockchain Committee. Which is something that sounds serious and official. Suddenly, Julian wasn't just another crypto founder, he was advising a government. And that's when his real evil plan began, really. He pitched Milei a grand idea: a national token to support small businesses. Same shit again than in Africa.
Yeah, foreign direct investment. Like small countries do this all the time. They want foreign money. I mean, that sounds great, right? It's like, hey, we were trying to grow a local economy. We're an emerging market. It's pull in liquidity, but like legitimate investment. Like please invest in Argentinian businesses. We need the capital. Thank you.
So at this point, I'm still not thinking that Milei actually did something wrong here.
Yeah, of course. No, it is. That is what a president of an emerging market is supposed to do: is attract foreign capital, make your country feel very comfortable and safe for business. That's what you're supposed to do.
But let's hold that thought and judge Milei a little bit later again, just to see what you think about it.
Sure. Because so up until this part of the story,
it seems all good to me.
Right.
Like he sees potential in it.
Yeah.
He shakes hands with this gentleman.
Yeah.
And he believes in this new economic era. The financial revolution is what Pix on Chain calls it in his tweet. Milei bought in, right? And then what happened next is they launched it. Their first post came from Milei's official X account. The world wants to invest in Argentina. That was his message. And he posted the contract address of the token, right? The world wants to invest in Argentina. And then the address drops for the Libra token. People saw it as an official coin, which obviously, if the president of Argentina, same as Trump, launched it, FOMO hit, millions poured in, a 4 billion market cap in 1 hour. I don't know if you...
Wait, it was 1 hour?
It was 1 hour.
I knew it went up to 4B, but I didn't realize it was in an hour.
People weren't just buying the token, they thought they were investing in a developing country. I actually believe that there were a lot of people that thought this might be a good investment, right? Like they're not people that are just trying to flip a tokens.
So can we pause a little bit and talk about Javier Milei, not the political aspect of it, but kind of like his image in Argentina and like what he stands for and like what he's all about pro crypto. Like that's guys that's Javier Milei has always been like, he even suggested like we'll get rid of the Argentinian peso and like replace it with US dollars and Bitcoin. Like so he has historically always been very pro crypto. So this isn't like in a way all that off-brand for him, right? Like it's kind of like if it was again like some other random president, I don't think it would have pumped to 4. Like the reason why it pumped to 4 billion so quickly is because it's Javier fucking Milei, you know. And dude is like I mean, look at some of his videos, but dude is like, I want to be safe here, but he's a little, you know, he's got a look in his eye. He's got a look in his eye. Muerta, es muerta. You know?
I think he meant business when he launched this thing, and he wasn't fucking around.
Yeah.
And that's also why the FOMO hit so hard, right? And the chart went up that high. But then obviously something smelled a little off here, because people started to look closer as soon as the 4 billion were reached. The token wasn't locked. Liquidity wasn't locked. Bubble Maps was showing 82% of supply controlled by a single cluster. Rookie mistake if you launch a token. So it looked like it was a trap, right? And it probably was a trap because panic started to spread, and then the first people started to sell.
Yeah.
Like first small red candle is usually not the insiders. Those are people that smell that the insiders are actually having the leverage here.
Yeah.
And they can pull the trigger any moment.
Yeah.
Right? When you start smelling the rug pull, you get out.
Yeah.
As a normal investor.
Yeah.
Whatever fish you are.
But this is an hour. And like also not everybody is as sophisticated as I'm not even saying I'm sophisticated, but like people who can actually analyze on-chain data and look at the facts.
Yeah, I mean
it's like most people cannot do that, right?
No, I mean you have to know your way around.
Right. And it's again an hour. So like just imagine you got the adrenaline pumping, you're looking at the chart, you're looking at the timeline, and then if you have the capability, trying to look at the on-chain data, right? And that's a lot to juggle, and
the price was just gone after an hour, basically.
Yeah.
So, 87 million rugged in hours.
Yeah.
It was literally 1-2 hours. And then people obviously start to get worried, right? They begged for answers. Who was selling? Where's the money going? And then Milei deleted his tweet. And that is always a bad thing to do. I know why he did it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want more people to buy the fucking token.
Yeah.
But it's just like... because if you delete the tweet, it looks like you were the rugger.
Yeah.
But then if you keep the tweet up, you give people the CA, right? So they can buy into it. So what do you do? Right? I think he actually made the right, in my opinion, he made the right call.
Delete the fucking tweet.
Delete the tweet, post a statement. That's what he did. He posted a statement, and he told people, that this is what happened, and it was not his idea to rug the people.
Yeah. Like, we know this as builders. Like, this is just super obvious to us, but this isn't obvious to a lot of people. And so, like, let me just say this, like, super explicitly. Every celebrity or every, political figure or, like, person of note that launches a meme coin does not literally do it themselves. There are other stakeholders. They have to work with a team. Like, Trump, obviously, like, there's nowhere in the Trump organization that knows how to launch a meme coin. They have to. That's why they created another company, World Liberty Financial, and like there are, other people there that know how tokenomics works, like how to distribute this, how to put it up for liquidity, right? Like they're working with teams, right?
Yeah.
So it's very reasonable that Javier Milei, not reasonable, but like. It's very clear to us what happened here, right? Yeah. It's like, in the sense that like we know that there's this kind of like split between Javier Milei and the team that's actually operating the meme coin and doing it, right?
And that's pretty much also what now is being discussed on the timeline,
right?
Because people start to ask questions. Okay,
who the fuck was it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're getting into the nitty gritty because now we're looking at this beautiful gentleman, Hayden Davis, right? Who posted his statement video?
So dumb.
And basically, bottom line, what he said in the statement video, he was basically behind, like in terms of the team. If you're asking what team was behind it, right? Yeah. You're looking at the team. Yeah, he basically said, okay, I'm gonna reinvest the rug money. into the.
He's like, I have $100 million. I'll take the $100 million in funds. Like, I won't take like a single dollar for personal profit. Like, I'll use it to buy back the token. And it's like. Too little, too late, because like it's a completely different market now, and it's a completely different token, and it's a completely different perception. That doesn't like make it right, bro.
Yeah. So he posted like Kelsey Ventures, right? That's basically him. Posted this paper where they broke it down what happened, kind of a reflection on it, and they posted a video addressing Libra. You guys can check out the video yourself if you go on the Kelsey Ventures page. You definitely need to scroll down through comments because it's fucking hilarious what people are talking about. Trying to scare off the hitman with that muscle suit, huh? People were like, why the fuck is your proportion so fucked up? Your head is so small compared to your upper body. And that's everything people talk about, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, the crime is pretty clear. Pix also broke it down again. Insider trading admitted he and insiders knew about Libra before the launch and traded on it, refunded Dave Portnoy's losses, unfair advantage, market manipulation, used insider access to snipe their own project, control liquidity and influence price action, misappropriation of funds, potential fraud, holding $100 million of investor money with no clear plan, flip-flopping between injecting it back into the market, redistributing it, whatever that means, donating it to charity. Like, he said some things like, okay. So he basically just told everyone that he fucked up and did a lot of crimes.
Where do you think Julian fits in all of this? You know, the guy from Singapore. That's I kind of like. So for me, what's a little confusing, and there's so much fucking chatter on the timeline. What gets confusing is like he's the dude who made the initial intro and probably the operations of it, right? Like finding the market maker or someone with expertise for the launch. But like, yeah, I'm really curious what his role is now and where are you hiding, Julian?
I mean, he's out. Like, he took his money, I guess. And he made some money with it, for sure. He's part of the team. I think he's just the chess player here. Really.
You know what? Another thing that drives me fucking nuts is like, why would you want to live that way? Like, for real. Like, I'd rather be poor and live an honest life and like not have people who want to murder me, right? Than have $20 million and you're chilling on a beach, but it's like also like, is that guy trying to murder me? You know what I mean? It just seems like a horrible fucking way to live. Like, I can't live with that stress.
I think they don't know it until they have it. Look at all of them. Look at what happened to fucking Luna Do Kwon.
Yeah, I mean, like
him getting captured somewhere in Montenegro or whatever.
Yeah, with a fake pass, or I think it was a real, maybe I like a real fake passport. I don't know how to describe this. It's a real passport, but it was like fakely issued, like and improperly issued.
He was definitely in a bad spot.
Yeah,
if you have that document, you're in a bad spot. But no, it's true. It's true. I totally believe it. Like that's literally true.
Such a dumb way to live.
But anyway, so we have a few other takes on the whole topic here. Vasi Lawyer, also very good researcher.
Best take in my opinion. Yeah,
I think he actually has a few good takes on it.
Vasi Lawyer, if you're watching, I am a huge fucking fan, for real. Like, this great piece about the most likely, scenario. How did this all come to be, right?
I think so. Like, he has a few pieces on it. I think it started with where he just commented on the paper, really. But yeah, he also comments on some things. The KIP protocol never took any meetings with President Javier Milei in January 2025. So did you meet in 2024 or February 2025? Did someone from KIP meet in a non-KIP capacity? Did you meet his team? Did you correspond by any text? Like, it's just too wonky. Everything they say, it's like, it's not... too precise. Then he also talks about Meteora and Jupiter a little bit, and I want to segue into that section as well. Vasi says, in my opinion, Jupiter needs to step in and regulate the launches on their platform and set up policy and safeguards around insider trading. Self-regulation is the way. And that's an interesting take, because now we're getting into the whole Jupiter Meteora FUD. Another post, then we can comment on this a little bit, is that between KIP and between Meteora and between Jup and between Cartier Ventures, someone definitely did something very shady. We just don't know exactly who. Either the group or some of them or one of them did something. I actually disagree with the whole Jupiter FUD here, because I don't know if it's their job to prevent these things from happening, because they're building infrastructure.
Yeah, so like let's rewind back a little bit, right? And I just want to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
We are huge fans of and friends with the Jupiter and Meteora teams. So, there might be some people watching the stream right now who are like, yeah, but you're in the fucking cabal. So, whatever you say can't be trusted. And
we're not, though.
We're not.
I really wouldn't consider us to be in the cabal.
In the cabal? I mean, what does cabal mean? Are we friends with them? Do we hang out with them? Like, yes, we do.
We know them, but there's like, there's cabal and there's cabal. There's an inner circle.
Yeah,
there's like the OGs, that pull everything. I can DM Ben from Meteora and I might get an answer from him.
Yeah, right. Which is different from like let's say LA Vape cabal, which is like a literal like trading cabal, right? Yeah. So like
close-knit.
Same word, but very different connotations here, right? And so we're fans of the product. We're fans of what they launch. We're fans of what they do. I mean, there's some aspects of it that I kind of understand. The optics look very bad, but I don't understand like why the protocol is culpable for someone else's actions of rugging. There's so many different types of FUD from different angles, right? Like, someone might say like, that's not what I meant. I meant this. It's like, well, someone else made that point, right? So there are various points to cover, and like I don't even know if we can address all the FUD because it all comes in different angles, and like I don't know how to break it down. There's accusations that the token was instant verified from the very beginning, and so that means that they were in on it on some level.
It was pre-verified.
Pre-verified.
They said the accusations are it's pre-verified.
Pre-verified, so like you knew what the token was going to be, right?
But even that, before you go to the next point, hold your breath on that. Even that
is untrue.
It is untrue.
Literally untrue.
And if it were true, I don't even think it's something to blame them for verifying tokens, because we need to talk about what does it mean to have a verified token on the strict list.
Right.
It means this is the actual token that you're looking for.
Yes.
It doesn't mean this token won't rug you. It's not a stamp from some institution that gives this token the credibility needed to not be rugged.
Exactly.
It just gives you the certainty as an investor that this is the token you're looking for, right? Yeah. It's the token from the Argentinian government that they launched.
Right.
Which is what you want to know.
Yeah, let's just walk, excellent point. So let's walk that back, right? So you're an investor, right? And you are retarded enough to want to invest or full pour all of your money into, Libra, right? Now, what scenario would you prefer, in this first hour, run through the emotions for a second, right? So you're trying to full port into Libra. What do you want to do? You want to full port into the right token, right? But what does right mean in this context? Does right mean exactly as you said? Does it mean...
No, it's just the verified token from the right entity.
Yeah.
The right issuer of the token.
You want to gamble on the right game. You know what happens now on chain? As soon as a token gets hot, or even small tokens that are... You get all these copycats. They're just these bots that create how many Libra tokens are there, right? So then...
Bro, and it's quick as fuck.
Those very
guys are quick. I can tell you from my experience of launching our own token, and investors from my own project texted me, the CA of the fake token, were like, yo, Simon, what just happened with your token? And I'm like, bro, that's not my token.
Not, yeah, exactly.
and they are sophisticated people.
Right.
And the way they did it was just, they just did a screenshot of our CA, which starts with SOLID, right? Like we brute force that. Normally don't do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end with pump, right? It's not a pump fund token. So those are some checks you can make as an investor.
Yeah.
If you want to invest in the Sanctum token, it also starts with Cloud, if I'm not mistaken, right? If you want to invest in the Jupiter token, it also starts with Jup, because the devs that are creating the smart contracts for a token are brute forcing the beginning letters of their token. It's just a little bit of extra assurance, because usually the scammers don't do that.
Yeah.
In our case, they just screenshotted our correct token address and inserted it as the picture on the profile in Berta and everywhere.
Oh,
so
that's diabolical.
in the banner. So the first thing you see if you go on the token is you see our logo.
And the correct...
And you see the correct CA. Yeah. And then you see their fake CA if you scroll down to the actual CA section.
Right, you do a little bit of homework.
You just need to think for 5 seconds and you'll figure it out.
Right.
But most people that check a token, they just go on the page for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And then they go back to Telegram and what happened with the token? But this is how scammers, how sophisticated they are. So for this, we need the strict list that on Jupiter that just gives you the little verified mark.
Exactly.
Because you only get on there if you're verified by Jup and you reach certain on-chain metrics that normally are not reached by scam tokens that reach a 30,000 liquidity and then they drug pull, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what happened to Libra as well. It was not pre-listed. It was not strict listed before it launched. It happened after it already reached 1.5 mil of volume, really.
Yeah, right. So once it got to 1.5 billion, at least on the Trenches product, formerly Ape.pro, they verified that, hey, if you're trying to gamble like a degenerate, at least gamble on the right thing, right? And the right thing, what that means is this is the token that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
You, the consumer, you, the investor, have decided to invest in this token, right? So now we have verified that you're trying to gamble on this particular token. Here it is. Whether or not you decide to full port or not, that's really up to you as the investor. So you're right. Even if it is true that it was pre-verified, that would almost be and by the way, the Trump token was also pre-verified. And you saying people saying shit about that, right? Trump token, and I don't know, I didn't really keep track of Melania. I slept through that, but it's
you didn't miss anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was pre-verified as well. I don't see people bitching on the timeline about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, if you're gonna play stupid games and probably win stupid prizes, then you should at least be playing the right game, right? You don't want to be buying a scam token. They're all scam tokens, but like you don't want to be buying the wrong scam token, which is that's a ridiculous sentence. Yeah, you're gonna buy a scam token, but you want to buy the right scam token, not the wrong scam token. But that's what verified means, right? It's not an endorsement. Doesn't mean that you should absolutely buy it, that this is safe investment. That's definitely not what it fucking means. Just to be very clear, right? That's one. And there's a million other points. Where do we go next?
Maybe we just give our own opinion on the whole blame game right now that's being played, right?
Sure.
Because people are pointing fingers, and they are getting, people are pointing fingers at Meteora for, working in insider circles together with the team of Melee, which is basically Kelsey Ventures and Julian, right? They're pointing fingers at Jupiter, basically telling them, oh, you were inside of the game already 2 weeks before the launch. But the problem here is we don't really have any intelligence on these things. Yeah. So it's just a blame game right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really move anyone forward. The only thing I see is honest teams that build fucking great products on Solana, Meteora and Jupiter, that are in here for the long haul, that don't want to ruin their businesses. I couldn't imagine people like Miao, Xiong, Ben Chao ruining their
over a single token.
What the
fuck? I'm gonna make and here's another thing too.
So it's just
there's like a shocking amount of like lack of personal responsibility, right? Like we're first of all, you should be mad at the ruggers, okay? Like that's where your anger should be directed towards. The people who stole your fucking money, right?
Yeah. That Kelsey Ventures dude, he's shady as fuck.
Oh yeah. And
Julian, I don't know.
And this idea that like the Jupiter team is the one that like shares. Do you know how many teams contact Jupiter every single fucking day for token launches? Like it has to be hundreds, if not close to 1,000, if not more than 1,000 teams that reach out to Jupiter every single fucking day for token launches, right? This idea that there are members on the Jupiter team who are like really paying attention to like, okay, this is the meme coin that we're gonna. It's like they don't got time for that shit. Like they're building. And by the way, I will eat crow. I will apologize. I will quit the podcast if somebody on the Jupiter team has been, insider trading like this specific, like that's fucking dumb. Like if you even think about what an average Jupiter team member does during their day, like that, like what their day-to-day looks like, it's like, no, they're not analyzing like, and also the inbound isn't centralized. It's not like there's one point of contact in Jupiter or Meteora that's getting all, it's just like anybody, anywhere, like if you understand how human communication works, it's just like, do we know anybody in Jupiter team? Okay, just message this random guy that I met at a conference one time, right? Like it's like, do you see what I mean? Like it's just like if you understand, like if you actually have worked a day in your life in this industry, like all the assumptions that you would need to make for these accusations to be true, just they don't line up. They don't make sense, right?
So I think we can bottom line this whole thing with the fact that we, Soul Brothers, are definitely very bullish on Solana builders that have been here for years and that basically dedicated their whole life to building on Solana. And we are very bearish on the tourists that we're seeing right now coming to our blockchain, squeezing out some value, fucking off again.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of them right now. We have a lot of them. And they are actually infiltrated. They're a virus.
Yeah.
And we need to fight them.
Yeah.
We should stop pointing fingers at our own soldiers.
And you know what's fucked? The only people who are trying to make it right is the Jupiter Meteora team. Everybody else involved in it, like they don't give a shit about you. Like the only people who give a shit about you are the people who actually want your fucking business. And here's another thing. People are like, well, then how did the influencers know about Argentina coin in the chats? It's like, because Julian and his cohort of morons, you think that they just kept it like a super tight. Of course they're going to tell their homies, and then the Whisper network starts. It's like this idea that it originated from the Jupiter Meteor team. Like they specifically, like out of all the people who, like, again, think about what it's like to be a Jupiter team member or a Meteora team member day to day. It's like, I don't got time for that shit. And like also there are hundreds of these, and who fucking even knows which one of these is going to be big? You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's just
I would just going forward be very cautious because it gets harder and harder for these projects to pull this off. The meme coin ruggers.
Yeah.
I think we're reaching a very hot phase right now.
Yeah.
And we will see things cooling down again.
And also, how about you stop giving them your money? I'm not talking about whoever's watching the stream is probably not aping into Libra, and if you are, I am disappointed in you.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it's like if you hate this new rug meta and you hate how, you know, political meme coins can turn out and you hate how extractive people are, then maybe stop gambling. You know, you don't go to Vegas and then play, you know, a game and then lose all your money at slots and then blame the casino. It's like you put the money in the casino. It's like, you know, it makes no sense. And you know what's another topic I'd love to talk about, which is more philosophical, which is like, what does a permissionless world really look like? Because now we've talked about what it means to be permissionless for years, right? And now the users have come. They've come en masse, right? Not the entire world, but a significant chunk of people are now on chain and on Solana. Meteora is truly a permissionless platform, right? And Jupiter in its own way is also a permissionless platform. Even the strict listing, you know, again, if you get verified, it's not like an endorsement by Jupiter. It's that like, okay, this is a token that belongs to this particular team. Like that's verified, right? What does rule of law look like in a permissionless world? You know, because we need it. Exactly. We need rule of law. And I'm not calling for like, okay, we need Gary Gensler back. That's not, that's Gary, sayonara. I hope you're enjoying your retirement and stay there.
I hope he turned off all his media. He doesn't want to see what's happening right now. He's gonna hate this. Or actually, maybe he's loving this because he's like, I told you so,
right? But there still needs to be rule of law. Like this.
How can you even deploy rule of law in a permissionless world? Did you hear? Like,
no, it's very easy. Governments should sue and or put in jail people in positions of specifically political power. If you're using your political office to extract value from not only, you know, the world, but people in your own country, right? It's like, that's jail time, bro. There's a reason why there's separation of church and state. And there's also a reason why there's a separation between, I mean, before Trump became president in 2016, you had to report your finances before you became president of the United States. Like, and Trump doesn't do that, which is insane to me. Like, it's not like a law, but it's like kind of precedent. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, make sure that you don't have like stock in oil, right? And then you pass a law that's like very favorable for oil companies. Like, that's bad. Like, that's clear conflict of interest between the president and his duties. As and his own financial interests, like those can never mix, right? And so that's what I mean by rule of law. It's like, it's not rule of law like within, like it's not Meteor and Jupiter's job to decide who's launching meme coins, but if you do it in a particular way, Melee holds absolute responsibility in this. Like, he doesn't get a pass. He does not get a pass. He didn't do his fucking homework.
Yeah,
and he got an F. He flunked.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to do with that, but it's kind of like, he's president, so it's like, what do you do in these situations? What's best for the country? You keep him in power because the political instability is not worth it? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't have answers to this. I'm not a poli-sci major, you know.
I think we are at the point right now where we do need some sort of regulation, maybe. A very unpopular opinion.
Okay, let's just draw like one bright red line. Just one. If you're in politics, no meme coins for you, period. I'm sorry.
yeah, right. If you're a political exposed person, maybe then you fall in that category of not being eligible to do these things and use your media platforms to spread these information.
Oh, with a government verified account? Fuck you.
I mean, Twitter is not going to do anything. They won't, but there can be law that basically tells people they're not allowed to spread any form of contract addresses on their social media profiles in any kind in the internet.
I want to see instant jail. I just want like if you're
I don't know what's going to happen,
if you're a politician, you release a meme coin, like especially while you're in office, that should just be instant jail from now on. I feel like that if you want to call that regulation or whatever the hell you want to call it, fine. Okay, I'm okay with that one specific regulation for sure, which is that if you're in politics and you launch a meme coin and then you promote it on an official government account, jail time. That's not even a hot take. I don't even think that should be a hot take. That's a reasonable take.
Hot take. Right. It shouldn't. It should be just human sense at this point. But I want to zoom out at the end at the bright side of life again and just talk about one or two quick positive news in the Solana ecosystem, and then we can call it a day for this episode. So
and you know what, guys? We are still building shit. We're building cool shit here.
That's what I want people to remember. So let's have a quick look at what's happening besides meme coins and presidential coins on Solana. Because there's other stuff going on. One thing that I want to start with is not a builder topic, but it's a macroeconomic topic that's very bullish for the whole Solana ecosystem, which is that Solana ETF approved in 2025 got a probability from Polymarket from 89%. So we do have already a grayscale file Grayscale, who filed for Solana ETF. And that was posted by Cointelegraph on the 25th of January. So that's actually a while ago. But we're seeing more and more filings pouring in. And that's also, I think, why Poly Market is, scratching on the 90% predictability right now.
I see.
For a Solana ETF approval, which is pretty net positive for the whole Solana ecosystem because we can see more money flowing into it.
Absolutely.
So that's great for prices.
And like we need the Solana ETF because we've talked about this in the past, this kind of decoupling of Bitcoin price with altcoins. And like Solana, belongs in this category if you have to broadly categorize it. Solana is in the altcoin. Like in every other cycle, it's been like Bitcoin goes up and then the altcoins go up. But this cycle, what we've seen is this decoupling, right? Where Bitcoin has gone up, but the altcoins have kind of stayed at the same levels. And a big reason for this is the Bitcoin ETF, right? Like it just allows institutions and people who are not in the space to easily get exposure to Solana without actually having to be on chain. Which 100%. We want you on chain. By the way, we really, 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 really want you on chain. But we'll take the investment. We'll take it.
Same topic as with Ethereum ETF and Bitcoin ETF. The money that pours into these instruments wouldn't find their way usually on chain.
Yeah,
I think a big percentage of it, because those are our financial advisors that are being able to advise their customers now and putting their money into crypto ETFs. Yeah, they're just not legally allowed to do.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of practical situations where it would be good for an institution just to hold the ETF, right? It's like they are not equipped or do not know or do not want to deal with the risk of like an on-chain hack. Just like, you know what, fuck it, we're just going to hold the ETF. Thank you.
So I think at least for bridging the gap for the next years until we have a more on-chain centric future, we need these instruments, right? And ETFs are great for it.
Yes.
So that's bullish. What else is bullish? Lulo. Lulo is a platform on Solana.
We love Lulo.
Exactly.
We're very big fans of Lulo. Maurice, I love you.
And Lulo makes it very easy for you to increase your yield on Solana by just putting your stablecoins to work, because you're putting your stablecoins in Lulo and you get an average APY of 12%, I would say. 10 to 15% is something you can actually get, because Lulo is going to spread your capital, your stablecoins, to the right lending and borrowing platforms to optimize your yield.
Yeah.
So basically, Lulo is a yield optimizer, and they have a new product launch. The new product they launched, is called Lulo Protect, which is basically an insurance for your funds on Lulo.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
So you earn slightly less yield on Lulo Protect than you would on just their kind of like their general product.
Yep.
But worth it. Depending on your risk profile,
Very quick rundown. Coverage: in the event of covered DApp failure, funds from the boosted deposits are used to make protected deposits whole. Yeah. Yield flow: protected deposits earn stable lending yields, sharing a portion with boosted deposits in return. Yeah. Boosted deposits take on the first loss risk if something goes wrong. So if you have the boosted deposit, then you get more juice out of your stable coins. But you also take the risk for the people that want protection. Yeah. And then there's automated balancing. The system monitors the ratio of protected to boosted deposits. If needed, Lulo limits new protected deposits to maintain sufficient coverage. So it can happen that you actually can't click the button if too many people have the insurance on, because it is a kind of a balance system. So pretty cool product feature in my opinion. Lulo does a great job at keeping things easy for consumers. Yeah. Very good example for a Solana consumer app that just works, that I could send my mom to probably to do something. Yeah. If she has stable coins on her wallet. Yeah. If she already got that, then Lulo is a one-click solution.
Yeah. Lulo, better than your bank account.
Love it. Sponsored by Lulo.
No, we're not even sponsored by Lulo. We're just huge fans of the product, and like everybody raves about how easy their experience is. Like any dum-dum can use it, and this Lulo and other borrowing and lending protocols are just a great demonstration of like why we actually do need the meme coin trading, right? Like why it provides value to the ecosystem, because that generates demand to borrow fucking USDC and other stable coins, right? Like that's why you would borrow them, is to buy more, be more degen and buy more shit, right? So like we cannot do the serious DeFi without the meme coin activity, and or just, it's not necessarily meme coins and specifically, that just happens to be what's big, but token activity. We need real token demand, right? And there is token demand, hence more yield. And as token demand increase, the yields for USDC, they skyrocket. So
they go up quite a while. The last bullish news for today: Virtual's protocol.
Yes,
Virtuals is on Solana. We made it. They came from Base over to Solana.
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
Exactly. We're thrilled to announce that Virtuals Protocol has officially landed on Solana, making a significant milestone in our mission to empower Virtuals nation builders and drive agentic innovation across multiple ecosystems. Virtuals is probably the leading AI agent launchpad that is now Society of AI Agents, Base, and Solana, it says in their description.
Yeah.
And they launched Luna as their kind of OG agent last year. It is less than 6 months ago. Still kind of blows my mind. It's so early still. But they had a great journey. One of the few protocols in the agent space that haven't really lost their mindshare yet.
Yeah.
People still talk about it amidst all the other craziness that happens.
Yeah.
And now them going to Solana is another good sign for our ecosystem that we have pull.
This just kind of feel we're recording this other video just coincidentally before this pod. It's like a different form of pudgy penguins and doodles,
right?
In the sense that like you started somewhere else, but at the end of the day, you're coming home and you're coming to Solana.
Yeah, doodles as well, by the way. Yeah, you just said it,
dude.
So we saw that
DOOD. Yeah.
So lots of movements we see in the crypto world.
Yeah.
And I think one big reason for this is also network effects because Solana has it now.
All your projects now belong to us.
With that being said, I think it's a good time to wrap it up. Do you have any other words that you want to share with our listeners of this episode today?
I think I just want to super briefly cover like just stuff that's going on, like different events in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like, and we don't have to talk long about it, but there's Hong Kong right now. We're at consensus, but there's like a bunch of Solana events that are surrounding it.
There's Solana side events here that are happening.
Yeah.
So today was the PayFi Summit. Today was the MEV and DeFi Summit as well.
Yeah.
I've heard it was a bit smaller in scale, not so exciting. But tomorrow is the Solana Hong Kong Summit.
Yeah.
I think we're probably gonna be there.
Oh yeah, we're hanging out. So if you catch us there tomorrow, like please say hi. We're friendly. We don't bite. He does choke people, but we don't talk about that.
Sometimes
they won't understand it until they see the thing. There are things we haven't released yet that I'm very excited to release.
What does he talk about?
I don't. What is he even talking about? Stop leaking, But then also, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, if people looking at this visually right now in the stream or even on YouTube, they already see it kind of has a new touch and feel. Like,
even the Twitter.
Even the Twitter looks different now. Yeah. So Soul Brothers are kind of growing up. We're adults now. We've been children before. This is EP15/16. I don't even know.
16.
16.
15 is the Lost Bali episode. We might release it someday.
Right.
But yeah, it's the Lost Bali episode.
But we changed our looks, and there's going to be some more news that we're going to launch and announce very soon.
Yeah.
And part of that is the story about Eno being choked. We're going to wrap up the week in Hong Kong, attend a few side events here. For Eno, it's going to be what country again after this?
After this is Da Nang, and that's just because I love Vietnam.
Nice.
And also we have Solana Summit there in June.
So you're going to prepare a little bit, get used to the environment?
No, I'm going to eat some pho, maybe get a massage or two, chill, relax.
You deserve it.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Very good. Yeah. But there's more events coming. I think April is going to be the next big month. There's the Solana Economic Zone in Dubai.
Oh, right.
That's a
Alex and
new format.
Farhaj. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, there's a few more people involved, but that is going to be interesting. It's the first one of its kind, really.
Yeah,
we never did that before. It's the new kid on the block, I would say.
Yeah.
Before it was the Dubai Founders Villa, now it's the Solana Economic Zone. It's kind of a mountain DAO experience, I think.
Ooh.
Co-working space rented out for Solana builders, and then everyone can join there together, do workshops, and work together.
Wait, so you're going to be there, right? Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there for sure.
Yes, sick.
For sure. And then right after there's Crossroads in Istanbul, and then there's Token 2049.
Yeah.
But obviously, until then, we will cover that a bit more as well. For now, thank you so much for tuning in to the Soul Brothers. As usually, we are going to be here every single week, so you can make sure that you never lose anything to talk about with your friends and families and cousins and whoever you want to talk about Solana with. It's important. You need to carry out our mission and educate the people the way we educate you. At least we're trying to.
Yeah.
And we will see you at the next one. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're watching on the stream, thank you for tuning in the entire time. That's also awesome. So, Simon,
for sure.
We did it. Peace out.
Bye-bye.